right then. All right then. I should be alive, or I should be live. Maybe not. I think I am alive. It's whether I'm live that's the difference. I'm just waiting to see if it pops up on the old iPad, which it hasn't yet. Got a bunch of chat stuff going on, but well, okay. I'm gonna click on that one, see if it's does it pop up. It's all got a waiting for RowAlong live thing happening. What's happening? Oh, hey, there we go. There's me. Hang on, how far back in time am I? I'm a good few seconds, to be honest. Ooh, I think I can't see. Oh, whatever. I'll just wave my hands. 1, 2, 3. Oh, okay, right. So I'm probably about 4 seconds behind. Hello. Sorry, I should look at you rather than the screen. But I've been reading messages, and that's what I'm doing. So, tell you what I'm going to do first, because we've got a good few minutes together. So I tell you what, it's rude for me to be so small down at the bottom. New people are going to tune in onto this and go, oh, that's a bit of a choice of a camera angle for like, it's John, with just a little bit of the background. So, right, I'm going to say hello to people that were here before. So the first one to pop along was Wani24 or Wani24, or maybe it could be a V instead of a W, who knows? But you said hello, and then I sent you a trophy because you were the first one to say hello. I don't always do that, but I had time to do it. Sunuka's here. Hey, Senuka, how are you? You're normally here on the Sunday row, so it's great to see you this time. What does it say? Cosmos Trek 2001? Cosmos Trek, maybe? Cosmos. As in like the cosmos, with the stars, man. Who says, I'm going to continue my impression. I'm very sorry. I'm about to, I'll see for the people watching, will go down one here. When I say, because Cosmos Trek 2001 says, I'm assuming that's am I the only person from the USA on YouTube here? This is the first time. This is the first time it's at a reasonable time. All right, I'm sure that's exactly what you sound like. Yeah, so it is one of the first times that this is at a reasonable time. Nora Cry, I really am quite big on that, aren't I? So I'm going to change it. Normally, that's a bit better, isn't it? You can see, look, there's my row box in the background. If you didn't know, I'm starting to make workouts for them. Yeah, so normally Sundays I either do 9 o'clock in the morning or 5 o'clock in the evening. 5 o'clock in the evening is still going to be kind of lunchtime, I guess, for folks around about New York, and it's going to be 9 o'clock in the morning-ish, isn't it, for the folks in Vegas and California or outside. Yeah, so this one actually is possibly a bit more suitable for most people. There can be some people like, I'm trying to think who it wouldn't really work out for. With people kind of on the eastern side of the world, like if you're in Kuala Lumpur, etc., you probably won't want to be rowing along with me. There's a whole bunch of love hearts coming up. Oh, can I? If I tell you what, because I'm looking at this from my RowAlong thing, I can give myself a love heart. Hey, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to give myself a little. There we go. That's better. Do they actually pop up on screen when that happens, or is that because I did it? Oh, look, it does. They pop up. Oh, isn't that exciting? It's literally like watching your dad use his phone. It's good. I say literally because what do we think of the beard? If you are, I know this message is coming through, but I've got my costume on as well, 1A24. Where are we time-wise? Because I'm rambling. I've not even got everything set up yet. So I've still got 10 minutes to go. I'll set up things in a sec. So if you didn't know, I am racing High Rocks in December with my pal Martin, which I did last year. We raced in 2023 together, and we did it as Deadpool and Wolverine. I did the Wolverine side of it, and the option came up to do it again this year, raise some money for charity. And I'm always, if you look at the history of photos and stuff and videos, I did any excuse to grow the beard and try pretend that I look like Wolverine. So I am currently growing the beard. I'm not shaved in the actual chops yet because I've got a whole month to go, and I figure if I just have a beard I look normal, but the moment I shave the moustache off and that little bit here, that's when people go, you think you're Wolverine. Ideally I would do it for tomorrow with it being Halloween, but I'm not gonna. So anyway, so you got to put up with this. The only thing about this time round, I'm really quite, what's the right word? I'm just a bit about like the grey that's in it. I mean, you've got to figure I'm 50, I'm allowed to go grey, but yeah, it's like, oh man, I've got grey in the beard. But then again, Hugh Jackman, he's got like beard with grey in it. So I'm basically, I'm going for the Logan version of Wolverine rather than the young, amazing version. So let's get to some messages, then I'll set up the machine, all right? Does that make sense? So we've got, hello, I am the only one from America. I don't think you are going to be the only one. Other people in the USA, say hello, just so that Cosmos Trek 2001 feels, if she is still here, so they feel like they're not on their own. But I'm assuming there's more. Sunuka, I want to say Sunuka's from, did you say South Africa? I can't remember. I'm so sorry. Oh, leave him. Right, Cosmos used to a football team in the Nail. But yeah, didn't Pele play for the Cosmos? Anyway, I thought I said Kostica. Kosistica? Oh. Hello, happy Halloween. Only ever rode with the recordings before. Then welcome. Look, this is me in real stupid life. Good evening from dark, spooky Germany. Hello, Tech Toby, how are you? Sunuka says, Sri Lanka. Oi, you're nowhere near South Africa. I got the S and the Sri Lanka. All right, there you go. So when I was talking about being a little bit east, so surely it's quite late for you if you're turning up and doing this kind of a row. Anyway, good to see you for here. All right, so we're now in the John ties his laces part of the day. Right, I'm going to set up the tech next. Like my bright pink Puma shoes. Puma deviates. They're really nice, but they don't. I've got quite a pronating step when I run, so they're not actually great for running in. Yeah, I'm studying. Oh, you've already said that before, didn't you? Did I skip that one? You said I'm studying these days. That's what you said. I was late. Sorry. I really should pay attention when you write, sir. Yes, I'm studying. It's 1 a.m. Oh, good grief! I can't study that time in the morning. Who else is there? I'm going to say Galadia. Oh, aye. Oh, good grief. Un entrenamiento de miedo. Miedo? Oh, happy Halloween. I'm sorry, my Spanish is awful. Yeah, lots of lovely emojis though. I understand the lovely emojis. Right, okay, I'm going to quickly, so connect rower. If you look at the machine, you can see I've got like 2 bits to it. That's because that's a mount for the MyRow monitor. Am I allowed to talk about MyRow while I'm rowing something for Exer? I think I am. I don't think they're competitors, really. Are they? Shall I do this on my treadmill, my bike, or my rowing machine? Let's go for the rowing machine. Oi. Yeah, let's go for the rowing machine. I don't think the treadmill is going to work. I don't think that would fly. But yeah, I've tried the Aviron bike before. Sadly, that doesn't work. I'm going to go rower data rather than Exer split. And then connect heart rate monitor. Try to turn you on. Right, it should see my MyZone, but it's not right now. I do think there's a little bit of Bluetooth interference that happens in this room. There you go, MyZone. Whee! All right, someone just replying to a Facebook comment. That's all right. I'm going to assume that my buddy Andrew Fielden isn't going to be with us tonight, because normally I get a message by now asking if I'm going to be doing any sprints. So finish setup. Okay, and then the Blood Moon row is happening in, well, less than 15 minutes. They could do with that little splash where it says it's starting in 15 minutes. They could do with changing that to like either actual minutes or just saying it's starting soon. Would be my suggestion to the Exer dev bods. Right, and then just making sure that everything is updating on there. There we go. Right, so that's all right. So we are up to. So let's see. I'll put myself back in the corner. No one puts baby in the corner. No one puts RowAlong in the corner. Well, I do. I'm RowAlong, and I'm putting me in the corner. There you go. Is that all right? You might just be able to see my force curve. You can see me. You can see my stroke rate. You can see my pace. My heart rate is not 113. This is what I was on about with the. Oh, because it's just replied. I'll say hello in a second. Yeah, this is what I'm saying about. I think there's some kind of interference in this room because my heart rate is not 111, and it doesn't matter whether it's the Garmin or the MyZone while I'm sitting here. It just, something's wrong, and I can't think what it is. I can't think whether it's the heater or the lights, or I don't know, maybe the fact I've got Bluetooth running on this and I've got Bluetooth running on that and I've got the stuff here and, I don't know. I've been looking for this blood moon all week. I think I might only see it now, lol. Is that like the blood moon? Is that what we're looking for? Is that the point of this row? I should really know, shouldn't I? Yeah. Oh, is that a sad face or a winky face from 1A24? Anyway, right, so I am gonna minimize that. Seems like sound is okay. I'm assuming, because people are replying to me, that you can see me and you can hear me. And then hello together from Tobias Deichler. Hey sir, how are you? I didn't see you kind of pop up. It's my eyesight, I guess, is what it is. It's nice to see a whole bunch of messages though. So where are we? Time-wise, we've got 3 and a bit minutes to go. I'm just gonna have a quick drink. Hello everyone and Wolverine. Oh, Tango to Oscar. Hi. I mean, I'm trying. I did at the weekend. I was doing my high rocks and I was tensing as much as I can. Unfortunately, I'm not the build of a Wolverine kind of type, but I do my best for high rocks and stuff. Yeah, so we've got 5 weeks, 6 weeks until it's December the 7th is high rocks when I'm racing with Martin. And I am going to try and do everything I can to try and pack on some muscle to try and be a bit more beefy for it. But it might be the closest I get is just growing the beard. So, right, so we have 2.5 minutes to go-ish. Remember, if you are watching this on YouTube, oh, a little whistle there. If you're watching this on YouTube and you are rowing along on the Exer app, there is about 4 second, what are we? Yeah, about 3 or 4 second delay between YouTube and Exer, okay? So if you're watching YouTube and you wait on YouTube until it starts, then you're gonna be 4 seconds behind. So make sure if you're rowing on Exer as well, that you follow your Exer app. So the ideal thing to do, to be honest, if you're doing that way, is have Exer on the screen in front of you and then just listen to me rambling away on YouTube. You don't need to, oh, the heater's on. Oh, have I got enough time to turn it off? Hang on, I'm about to go off screen. And you're gonna see the magic disappear as my head pops out from the top of the frame. Look, oh, I've lost my head. Someone's chopped my head off. Oh, right. There we go, it's gonna suddenly get very, it's -3 this morning here in Bonnie, Glasgow. Right, everybody have a fantastic row. So I'm going to do, I can't remember what course we're on for this, but my plan, wow, so many people, how many have we got? 74, wow. Last I heard, 110 people had clicked the participate button, but I don't know what the actual total for that was up to, but Amy at Exer was saying that they tend to get around about 50% of people turn up. So if that's true, then 150 people have clicked on it. But yeah, it'd be lovely if we broke 100 people on the water, but I don't think that's going to happen. Excuse me. So I'm going to do this at a low intensity-ish. I'll probably be rowing around about 205 pace. We'll find out. I'm just going to see what my legs are up to. And then 76. When sprints and stuff come along, I'll speed up. Whether I sprint or not depends on the length of it, okay? So I've already done one training session today. I did some run intervals, so I'll just see how my body feels. I tried to do weights before this row. My body was not into that at all. Totally forgot to start my Garmin. Can you do it in time? Apologies if your ears were just filled up with the sound of me having a drink, by the way. Nobody wants to hear that. Okay. We ready to go? So in 10 seconds time. Here we go then. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Oh. You know what I've realized is so many of my rows. There's David Palos, hello. So many of my rows start with me going, ugh, and this kind of, this, I don't know, involuntary sound that comes out of me. It's the same as when you sit down in a comfy chair. Oh, and there's this like, this noise that comes out. Maybe it's just something that happens with age. But anyway, it was a little bit of a tough first stroke. I've started being quite consistent with my higher drag factor now. So I will set my drag factor to run about 130, 135, and then when I'm gonna say maybe 2 weeks before I go to a high rocks race, I'll bump it up to closer to 150, because the machines in high rocks, they have the lever set to 6 as a kind of a preset, and they're all clean machines, so I know that that would be around about 150. I can adjust it, but that takes 1 or 2 seconds of time to do. So I'd rather just train at 150, be used to it, and that way there's no surprises on the day. Sorry, this isn't very entertaining. I should tell you a joke, shouldn't I? But I'll continue anyway, because at the weekend past, I was in Birmingham, UK, not Birmingham, Alabama, racing high rocks. It is Birmingham, Alabama, isn't it? And the guy, I was doing doubles, and the guy I was doing it with, as we were running, coming up for the row, if you didn't know, high rocks is a bunch of 1 kilometer runs with various workout stations in between them. Read up on it, it's a great sport. But one of them is the row. And as we're coming up on it, Brian said, my calf's a bit sore right now, and when I row, it makes it worse. So we decided that I'd do the whole 1,000 meter row station so that he wouldn't get injured. Gave him a bit of a rest as well. I mean, my plan was to sit down, do 350 meters that run about 140 pace. Then he was going to do 300 at run about 2 minutes pace. And then I'd finish it off around about 145. But decided, oh hang on, if I missed the sprint, there's one coming up. How long is it? No, I'm not going to do this too soon, and I'm in the middle of a story. So I just decided I did the whole thing, which is okay. I mean, I do it in the main open races anyway, I row in the middle of it, but it didn't mean I wasn't going to be doing 140 pace. So I just decided I'd sit down, row, strapless, I kind of figure between anything around 24, 28 strokes a minute, and I actually landed at 26. But 26 strokes a minute, feet out the straps, because again, that saves a couple of seconds, not having to get in and out the straps. And then did the 1K run about 152 pace. And I really do think that part of the reason that that I was at 152 was because of the slightly higher drag factor that I was doing it at. There's a kind of a, I was about to say folklore, that's not the right word. Basically, if you speak to people about drag factor, everyone will tell you to row or to set it at 130. But for a start, that's very much based on how it feels to row on water. But then it's also the setting that for most of your rowing will balance power and cardio. Okay, so you are not going to gas out your muscles while you've still got lots of cardio to spare. And you can make it harder by pushing harder. You can make it easier by not pushing your feet quite as much. So 130 is the kind of recommendation for a good reason. But if you are able to row at a slightly higher drag factor and not have your technique totally fall apart as a result, then you can sometimes utilize that heavier weight of the flywheel if the workout or the distance that you're attempting allows you to stay efficient and physically balanced, let's say, through the workout. So I knew, because I was only rowing 1,000 meters, that I was okay at that 150 drag factor, and that it wouldn't, as long as I didn't kind of go too hard, let's say, I would survive and be okay for the rest of the race. Whereas we're coming up for 10 minutes in, or 9 minutes in, and I can definitely tell that rowing at 18 to 20 strokes a minute, my glutes are getting quite a workout here, because I'm pushing against a much heavier flywheel. So it'll be interesting to see how they feel at the end of the row, whether I'm still holding 205 pace at kind of 18 to 20. So I'll kind of tie off this very exciting chat by saying this doesn't mean that it's okay to whack the lever up to full, up to 10 on a clean machine because the RowAlong guy told you. If you can row like a 100-meter or 1 minute piece with a higher drag factor and not lose time by fighting the flywheel for those initial strokes, and you don't ruin your technique, you don't get injured, and you don't run out of muscles before the end of your event, then maybe a slightly higher drag for that workout would work for you. But for most people, I'd recommend setting your drag factor between 115 and 140, depending on your body type. If you are quite light, then maybe the lower end would be better. If you are a big, beefy person, then maybe slightly on that higher end would be better. Whew. So, since I've already sent you to sleep with a 10-minute chat about drag factor, we can spend a couple of minutes just talking technique. Because honestly, pretty much every rowing workout, apart from maybe the adventure rows I recorded, pretty much every workout I will touch on technique at one point. And from, oh, is that the blood moon? Yay! We found it! Ooh, it was pretty. Pretty scary, actually. It's so pretty. Where was I? Yeah. So technique. Pretty much all of my proper RowAlong workouts, I talk about it, but sometimes I think, should I give it a rest? Which, I mean, sort of like obviously the first 10 minutes of this row I did, but then I'll get a video from someone who says, I've been rowing along with you for years, love your workouts, could you review my technique? And I'm like, I don't think it's my workouts you've been rowing along to, because frankly, nothing I've been saying about technique is showing up in your video. How long is this one? 150. Let's go for it. One more stroke. Let's sprint. So, get into the front. Try and hold a forward tilt. Straight arms. And push the machine away with your feet. Oh, I maybe eased off a bit too soon there. Well, that came as a short, sharp shock. Okay, I've taken a few strokes to recover. Let's get back in to cruising pace. So, not only was I pushing harder with my legs and pulling with a bit more of a powerful finish at the back, I also increased stroke rate from like around about 20 strokes a minute to, I think it was about 32. And so the combination of higher stroke rate and more power which also kind of do go hand in hand with each other, but more power, higher stroke rate. Kind of, I think I got down to about 132, but let's say it was 135, maybe go 30 seconds faster. So whether you are sprinting, remember it's about power and stroke rate. Because I can increase stroke rate (41, 42). How fast can I get it? 47. 47 strokes a minute. Actually, I got down to 155 with that rubbish, short, stabby stroke. But I can also hold stroke rate, power into it, and now I'm going 13, 14 seconds faster. So if I add in more power and increase stroke rate with a good technique, consider that rubbish one I was just demonstrating, that short stabby one, then that is where proper pace comes from. And then it comes down to, again, looking at what the distance or the time that you're meant to be rowing for is. So I was able to crank it right up there in that sprint because it was only, what, 30 seconds long? But there's no way I could do a 30-minute row at that power and pace. I could go faster than I am now. Probably if I hit 26 strokes a minute, I'll probably be down about 152, same as my high rocks for the half hour. But I would then be on the floor, rolling around, gasping for air. So that then comes into what kind of workout you want. Sprints will take you to maximum, so you can do short efforts. And if you want to do a few of them, make sure and factor in a rest, whether that's 1-to-1. So you rest as much as you work, or maybe you rest twice as much as you work, or maybe half as much. That all affects the kind of workout you get and how soon, if you're sprinting, how soon you'll just fall off the edge. Or you can go low rate, low intensity, and this is how, I would row a marathon like this. Nice low-ish heart rate, zone 3, not overpowering, not too high a stroke rate. Or I could do what I said about raise the rate to kind of be in that tempo intensity for half an hour, which would leave me
lying on the floor afterwards. But the way that you make sure all that works is about consistency of your stroke. And so that means coming in to the front of the machine, arms straight, forwards tilt, a good posture, fingers hooked over the handle, not a death grip. Thumbs, I prefer underneath, but not really touching my forefinger, they're just underneath. Certainly as I come forwards, they don't touch. Then slide until shins are vertical. And then, without wasting time at the front, just turn it around. Keep your arms straight and your forwards tilt, and push the machine away from you with your feet. Push. Try and think about sending it through the wall in front of you, or the person in front of you, whatever. Much better to think about pushing the machine away than pulling the handle to the back, because that way you keep your arms straight and that forwards tilt for at least half of the drive. And then when your legs are halfway done, that's when you swing over your hips to add power, and then top off that power with the pull in of your arms, and try and aim for sternum height. Straight line, forwards and backwards. If you're wearing a heart rate monitor on your chest, you're likely tapping the handle off it. You will see people who finish with the handle up in their throat. Yes, that gives them maybe a couple of inches more stroke length, but it changes. The muscles go from being your lats and your back, which are powerful, built to take around 600 of these strokes in half an hour, to, if you finish high, it becomes forearms, that middle muscle there, and shoulders, delts, which are much less suited to the repetition of rowing. Add into that, when people do a high layback, with that high handle, it then puts a lot of tension on your core. All right, I'm not doing this one. It's too something. You can sprint, of course. Just because I'm not, doesn't mean you don't have to. I might sprint the last 100 because we're not going to make it to the next sprint, are we? So try and finish with the handle sternum height, and try and keep your wrists flat as possible. This is very much a do as I say, not as I do, because I can get quite lazy with that. But if you try and keep your elbows from going too far down, maybe with a slight outwards flare, then that keeps your wrists flat. Because what you don't want to do is finish with a weak kind of flick down on the handle. That just disengages all power. You want to finish by squeezing your shoulder blades together. Get every last watt out of the stroke. Okay, 2 more strokes, then I'm going to sprint for about 20 seconds. Here we go. Making sure to start the stroke with legs and finish with arms. So that was a slightly lower stroke rate at 30, and so I was only down at like 140 pace. Still need a couple of strokes to recover though, but here we go. I feel I should have been a bit more entertaining tonight, as being there will be a bunch of you who haven't been on a RowAlong workout before. Sorry, that pause there was I was trying to remember my Halloween joke, but the only one I can remember is a rude one. So I'm not going to tell that. The only one I can think of is last year's popular one. Every time kids came to the door, what do you call a fish with no eyes? Fish. Which I find quite funny. Or there's the old Eddie Murphy joke, a bear and a rabbit go into the woods to do the toilet. And they're sitting side by side. And the bear turns to the rabbit and says, do you have a problem with, what should we call it? Poo-poo? That's a nice way to call it. Do you have a problem with poo sticking to your fur? The rabbit looks at the bear, says, actually, no, I don't. So the bear wipes his backside with the rabbit. That was courtesy of Eddie Murphy in the Delirious video back in the, 80s? I used to watch that on repeat. That and the Robin Williams live from the Met and Billy Connolly's live from the Albert Hall. Those 3 videos I just watch all the time. And it's a sign of a great comedy routine or video when you can watch it over and over again and still find it entertaining, rather than just going, I know these jokes. And hey, that's what I aim for in my RowAlong workouts. If only that was true. Last stroke. Oh. So yeah, I feel I should probably have been a bit more fun talking about dinner plans or, I don't know, music. Because that's what I kind of normally do in my RowAlong workouts, but tonight I seem to have gone off on one. The thing about these live workouts is it's where I do tend to just let my brain go. All the ones that I make for Aviron and my row and stuff, I'm a little bit kind of on point. So
It means I can just talk nonsense to you guys. Sorry about that. We had dinner plans. I think I might have poached egg on an English muffin tonight with a little side salad, just because it's quite late. That's what, 8:30. So I don't want anything too heavy, otherwise it'll sit in my stomach. And yeah, although I suppose if I go to bed at 11, whatever. So thank you for coming and doing. We found the blood moon together. Oh, thank God you were here. We'd never have found it if we weren't doing this together. Yeah, we found it, so good. Let's hope that people rowing tomorrow on tomorrow's blood moon row, let's hope that they find it. Wouldn't it be embarrassing if they didn't? Yeah. 124 says that was nice. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I mean, I'm certainly. Does my watch say? Oh no, it doesn't. It's just straight on row. What does Exo says? 463 calories. I'd kind of say that's a little high. In fact, if I stop my watch? Is it? Yeah, I'd say 463 is a little high. Save. I was wondering, I could hear a voice, but it's me playing on the iPad. 596 strokes. Heart rate zones, 122 average. Calories, active 316, total 361. I'd say that's probably closer. And in fact, that'll be what today's kind of little ending thing can be. If you are using anything, okay, whether it's the bike, the rower, whatever, as part of a calorie controlled diet, then make sure to be careful about what the reading is. So like I say, Exo thinks I just burned 463 calories. My watch says 360-ish, okay? And that's like total. So actually active was only 310. So say it's 310 versus that 460, that's 150 calories difference, which I know is not huge, but if you can add that up into errors throughout your day for other things that you're doing, you could end up, say, like 500 calories misreading throughout a day. And then you go and say, oh, fantastic, I've got an extra 500 calories to eat today. You go and have I don't know, well, I'm not going to say a Twix because that's not right, but say you sneak in another protein bar. Let's keep it like relatively healthy. Or you have, instead of having a sandwich that's only 2 slices, you have a 3-slice sandwich, okay? Because you've got these extra calories to eat, and you want to be careful because you don't want to be too much in deficits or blah, blah, blah. But actually, because it's all an error in readings, you're kind of overeating. So you need to kind of know what to trust, what your body's actually capable of, all that kind of stuff. So calorie controlled diets work. I mean, listen, I've kind of, I guess that's how I've lost kind of 4 or 5 kilograms since July, is by watching what I eat. But it's not really like a calorie control, I've just been watching what I eat. And so they do work, but you have to be careful. And there's some machines out there that dramatically overread. So just know what it should be, and that's where usually like a watch is a little bit better. Yeah, know what it should be and kind of do it by that. Anyone say, oh, so cool. 8 p.m. was a good time to have a row. Let's do it again. Hey, John, I didn't realize you were here. Yeah, I think if I can, I'm going to try and do, Thursday nights are usually when I do my 60-minute kind of long row and I film it and I post it afterwards. But maybe I should just do it on Exer and we can all kind of turn up together. I'll speak to the Exer guys and see what they feel about it. Because there is an element that basically somebody has to keep an eye on the servers, because I don't know how many people. How does the report tell us how many people turned up? Hang on. Report? No. If I go back, what do I have to click on to see? I'm sure something comes up. No, maybe not. Oh well. Let's go back to that. I know we were 77 or something when we started, so with all those people, basically it has to, what happens if I do general? I always did that. All right, so, that's exciting. I never click on the other 2 tabs up at the top. Yeah, so somebody has to be in the server room is all I'm saying, so I'll speak to them about it. So, right, I'm going to go because really there's still 11 people obviously hanging around waiting for you to say something interesting, which I really am not going to say something interesting. I never do. So thank you so much for turning up. I'll see about trying to do an 8 o'clock row. If people want, let me know. If you think there's value in me doing a weekday later row, then let me know and I'll try and factor in, especially as being, I've got time between December and March where I can definitely do a lot more stuff. So let me know, get in touch, say hi. So go have a shower. I'm actually sweating on my beard, which isn't very comfortable. Go have a shower, have something to eat, have something to drink, Make sure that you're happy, whether it's during the day for you, whether it's in the evening, make sure that you're in a happy place. And of course, like I always say, find someone that it means proper something to and tell them you love them. Whether it's your cat or your dog or your goldfish, or this is in descending order, or your wife or your kids, or your mum, your dad, your gran, someone at work. Maybe you want to start up a relationship. Like make sure, like, not if they're married and stuff. Maybe the coffee girl that or coffee guy that you've been going to every day and you've got a soft spot for. Maybe kind of let's share some. Actually, let's just. Someone that you actually do love, tell them you love them, all right? Let's not start relationships. Just somebody that you love, just tell them you love them, all right? It's important, all right? There's a vulnerability that happens when you say it. So 1 in 24 has had enough. Bye-bye, see you then. I missed John's clever comment at the start. Sorry. Kosistica says, great row. Great. All right. I'm going to say goodbye. I've taken up enough of your time. Everyone have a fantastic week. Remember, there's no Sunday row because of the EXA thing that they're doing. So I will see you next Sunday on the live stuff. But remember, RowAlong YouTube channel, not this RowAlong live one, the RowAlong main YouTube channel. Lots of workouts. You can listen to me there. All right. So look after yourselves. Until the next time, row well, be well. Bye-bye. I didn't click my button. It was a good out though, wasn't it? So thank you so much for coming. Look after yourselves. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.